Ryan, what are you doing?
Growing my pube farm. Alright, so it looks like first we have the Packers and Rams that played a very close game over here. And the only reason really why the Rams pulled the game off is because we have, it looks like the Packers had about 2 minutes here and a timeout to go ahead, and all they needed was a field goal just to go ahead and win the game. And instead of Ty Montgomery just going ahead and kneeling in for the kickoff return to get to the 25, instead he decides to go ahead and run it. And not only does he do that, but as we see right over here, it looks like he ultimately lost control of the football and his hopes and dreams of staying as a Green Bay Packer. Later, his players were so mad at him, all of his teammates, that they decided to go ahead and put sleeping and pain pills in his bag, telling him to go ahead and overdose. But with how many painkillers that the NFL players already take, it just ended up feeling more like a Tylenol for him. Alright, and to Mike McCarthy and the Packers' disappointment when finding out that Ty Montgomery is still alive, they went ahead and traded him for a 2020 7th round pick. If that isn't a biggest FU from a team ever, then I don't know what is. As we saw here, Ty Montgomery, he had some productive years, definitely, as a wide receiver and as a running back, but just that one move just completely canned him. All his players were talking in the media, getting him in trouble, just saying, we don't want him here. Not mostly just about the mistake that he made. So, and the Packers wanted to get rid of him so bad, kind of like when you get a wart on your pee-pee right before your first date. Next, we have the Raiders trading away Amari Cooper, but none other than football genius himself, John Gruden. And on asked why he did it, he said, "Picks, motherfucker, picks. If I could trade anyone away, I will. I can't do anything on the field, but I will make this draft my bitch." Seen over in the locker room was Derek Carr crying in what could have been finally a good, consistent Raiders team in almost 2 decades, and having that all be blown up and ruined by none other than a guy from ESPN. Once spotted by Gruden, he went over with a bib to Derek Carr and said, "This is for the bitch on the team," and threw it in his lap. Camaraderie! Lastly here, it looks like the Cardinals finally got their second win only by the team with half their team on IR right now. It's kind of like beating up a cripple. Yeah, you're not proud about it, but you still won. What's also funny is how a rookie offensive coordinator play calling in his first game completely outclassed Mike McCoy, showing you, he had no business in being there. And if you still don't believe that, chances are you work for the Broncos, Cardinals, or the Chargers. Alright guys, and that's my time here. If you don't like the new format, then I don't care, because I think it's a lot better than the other one that we did have. Lastly, always make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. It definitely helps. Also, throw a comment down. If there's something you want us to talk about, I'll definitely go ahead and do that. And lastly here, we did start a podcast, and this podcast is going to be called SSN Podcast, where, this one is just more like a quick thing, just trying to get a headline, make it a short video. And if you want to actually have where we get to sit down and talk about sports, that's something that I definitely love to do. So that's why we went ahead and we created that podcast. Those are going to come out every Thursdays. Besides that, guys, this is my time here for Shit Sports Network, and I'll see you next week. Oh, my bad there. The podcasts are on Tuesdays, but besides that, this has been Shit Sports Network, and we'll go ahead and we'll see you next week.